This is Hank. Welcome to Star Power. We are about to try to go break into CNN and see Mel Robbins, a good friend of mine and a contributor to CNN, and a life coach who is going to give you really great insights on the business and how it works, and coaching. I'm going to get her to stop people and coach them live on the street. But first of all, let's see if we can shoot inside CNN. Let's break in.
My office.
Awesome.
Isn't this fabulous?
Yeah. I think this when we came here last time, but you didn't have anything out here. You were just like, I see the.
No, I literally have like marked my territory.
Do you know what my show's about? You're the
I was the first.
And you're the story. It's like, how do you do this? How do you navigate everything? How do you make a job out of this? Just when we first started talking, you're like, I don't know anything about this. How do I do it? So many people dying to know how you go from being a coach, being an expert, to on-air talent.
Got it.
And
well, let's get out of here because I don't want everyone in here to know the secret. Let's go. Sorry. Hey, no worries.
I think I got that from you. I just said the same thing.
No worries. Well, I'll tell you the most interesting thing in the world, because I live in Boston and obviously we're here in New York, and that is that I decided that I would learn as many people's names as I possibly could from the ground floor up. Hey, Katrina. Hi. Brookie. Did you register, Brooke? Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
I have to talk to you.
Sorry.
So many people.
I never see those guys. I always hear them in my ear, but I never see them. And I think it is one of the reasons why I have been as utilized as I have been. Because you create community by doing that.
Right. You always had that skill. You had that skill, though.
It's true.
That's kind of like a superpower of yours. You always did that. You always knew how.
Our final keynote speaker today is one of the nation's top motivational speakers, Mel Robbins.
My speech is not about me, it's about you. Always overcome your circumstances. Here's what worries me about you. This is a big one for people. You got to get on the offensive when somebody pushes you. I'm on television almost every single day, and what I say has changed what millions of people think.
Radio host and relationship expert Mel Robbins.
I worry that it may be too personal.
Was that a difficult decision?
Yes, it was.
Get out there and ask for the money that you deserve. Living as that success vision now.
Mel and I had a business together, which started the exact business I'm in now. But outside of us working together and you really getting prepared for the media, from going from zero just to preparing, I don't even know the answer for you, so that's why I'm asking. What can you look at now and say, that was the thing in my life, as work or otherwise, that prepared you the most? Like, do you draw from anything? Is there anything in life or work outside of becoming a media star that helped you at all or helped you the most?
Working with you.
No, but outside of that. Was it
working with you?
Because here's the thing.
If you want to get in the media, work with him. I'm not kidding, because you can't, until you're in it, you don't understand it. And even when we were working together and I'd be a baby or I'd be frustrated or I'd want to quit.
Hang the phone up.
I'd hang the phone up. I'd swear at him.
Why are you yelling at me?
It's because the thing that you guys are doing that's so unique, and I can only understand it now that I'm in the fire, is you're coaching people who have no clue about the 73 different factors that are required to be successful in the media. And until you get there and are like, oh, that's why hosting a radio show first really makes you better on TV, or oh, that's why writing a blog that's really opinionated actually prepares you for when somebody's going to pay you to do that for their brand. Oh, I get it. Like, you're putting somebody on a treadmill before they're going to run a marathon, and they've never run before.
And a treadmill, unfortunately, at a speed faster than you kind of want to run at.
And look, the truth is that
I think, and just correct me if I'm wrong, I like experts because I think like you have this amazing, not only do you have a great personality, because that's just a requirement, you have the other thing. People love you, they're attracted to you. Like, it's a whole, you can't learn that. So I'm
you
only
can
saying
learn
that. I'm only saying that because I thought being a lawyer, arguing cases, like, was there any structure for that? You don't think that helped you at all?
Well, it helped me in my current role. My current job is to analyze legal stories and deliver social and legal commentary on news as it breaks. So right now, we're dealing with the Boston bombing case and the fact that closing arguments happened today in the death penalty phase of the case against Zarnev. We're dealing with a horrible Amtrak derailment where we're now just learning, just broke right now, that the train was going over 100 miles an hour. My job is to figure out the legal issues that are going to be interesting to both an anchor, to a producer, and to the public. After digesting all of the case law, not only federal and state, and then figure out how to give succinct answers that are tone appropriate for the segment that we're doing. If I'm talking about George Zimmerman getting arrested again, I can be off the cuff. I can say I'm going to take my legal hat on. He's a putz. That's the analysis. If I'm talking about a tragic story, you got to have a totally different tone. And then deliver the goods in 2 minutes flat. And then here's the other piece. When you get on air, they probably won't ask you the questions you rehearsed. So you got to be amazing on your feet.
Improv.
Yeah, improv.
Yep.
Improv, category expertise, fabulous work ethic, ability to turn things around immediately, an appreciation of the larger scale and what's important and what's not important, and delivering the goods consistently. You can do that, you can be in the media, maybe. Said anthropology. You know the best part? Pockets. Oh, yeah. Right? I like the pockets.
What's your superpower, do you think? What makes you good at, like, we just heard, who did you just introduce me to?
Oh, Marie?
Marie. Well, first of all, that's your superpower. You remember people's names, I do not. You knew people's names places. I don't remember names of it. I'm literally dumb.
I didn't want it to be like, oh, Mel's that gal from Boston. I wanted to be part of it. And so how do you create that quickly? Well, how you create that quickly is that you learn everybody's names and you pretend to give a shit. And for me, it's not even pretending, because I know that if I know Katrina, who wears these amazing flowers on her jacket that are like a hurricane, Hurricane Katrina, which is how I remembered her name, and I say hi to her, when I come in next week and I walk in the door after riding a train for 3.5 hours to get here, and I walk in, Katrina will be like, hey, Mel. And Jennifer will be like, hey, Mel. And Mark will be like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, Mel? And so it creates this effect for you where you are welcomed and your reputation is established. That's it. Like, I think most people get into the media business and it's all about them. It's actually not. It's all about the people putting on the show. It's all about the organization that you work for, and it's all about the audience.
I'll answer for you, and you answered it by answering how you did, that your superpower is you solve people's problems. Like a lot of people, one of the problems and ailments they have is they feel disenfranchised, they don't feel included, they don't feel liked or loved or part of a community. You're solving that problem. You go on air, you're solving a problem. And you're on a very big station, you have a very big megaphone, but you're still saying hi to all these people. You're solving problems from networking, from everybody from the ground floor to the C-suite. Like, you can say it's not a coach, maybe it's not just your coaching. I'm inclined to believe it's also your personality.
I think it's my personality and being from the Midwest, and also being insecure and not wanting. And here's the thing: I want to feel like I matter. And you said it in the language of you're solving people's problems. I actually think I'm just making people feel important. That's all that I'm doing all day long. I want to make sure that, you know, Katrina's had 300 people walk by and say nothing. And I can do something this tiny to make sure she knows that I appreciate her sitting there and I see her. And same thing with, you know, the camera guy. I know the guy that talks to me on the mic is Otis. Otis, how you doing? What are you doing this weekend? And the person said, how do you know his name? I asked him his name. What is your name? I've talked to you 4 times now. You got the greatest voice.
It's a skill, to learn skill.
And it's also, it's a skill, but, you know, and somebody once said to me, you know, you always have something nice to say to me whenever you see me, and I used to think that it was contrived, and they said, I realized you actually mean it. And I'm like, yes, because as much as it's about you, it's about fucking me too. And I want to feel connected. And I want to feel like when I walk in that building, they freaking know who I am. And that they respect me and they like me and I'm welcome.
You're creating
I'm
what
creating
you want.
what I want.
By giving what you want.
Yes, that's exactly right. Because of the web, you can literally do whatever you want to do by simply going to Squarespace, creating a website, and starting to write, and starting to put videos. And I think it's a really hard thing for people to understand, because people that do the work get rewarded. And I think if that's the one thing I've learned, it's that so many people are out there wishing, wanting, waiting to be discovered, or waiting for somebody else to give them permission to have the opinion, or to become a motivational speaker, or to work for a large TV network, or to write an article and have millions of people read it. Well, guess what? The only way that that happens is if you wake up every morning and you're doing it in any format that you can, that you are, because we live in a world now where if you're a musician and you want a record deal and you're that good and you come out here and you play every day, someday somebody's going to film you. And someday, after 10 people film you, somebody's going to put it online. And one of the songs that gets put online might actually be heard by somebody that could do something about it. And unless you're willing to just put yourself out there and put yourself out there and put yourself out there and put yourself out there, it's not going to happen. And it's in the media business, being a host is different than being somebody that has an expertise. Being a host for a news organization has a very particular channel. You don't get to be the anchor of Good Morning America or sit behind an anchor desk at CNN unless you've come up the ranks somewhere and you're a trusted journalist. End of story. However, if you're somebody that aspires to leverage media, to reach more people with the expertise that you have to start by building an online landing place where you're consistently sending out that message over and over and over again.
Yep. Consistency.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because when a story breaks or when the media wants to do something, whether it's the Today Show or Good Morning America or A&E or whomever, they Google the topic and they look and see whose websites show up.
Yep.
And that's who they call. I mean, it's really, that's the secret.
You know what what I think you learned from sitting objective to you, and I had the easy job. Mel and I were on the radio together when we were starting everything, Advice for Living, the company, and you as a brand. For me, I saw you go through a hardening, and not in a bad way, but in a way of you were very adverse to people not liking you.
Right.
And I think you learn that it's just people are always there's always going to be haters. Like we have that word now. That word didn't exist 5 years ago when we started doing this. Because
you have to have haters. You know, this is the thing I learned from you among the many things, but this is really important, particularly for experts. Because the problem that you're going to have if you're an expert is you have built a world around your particular topic. The problem is when you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you have to have just as many people love you as hate you. And you have to realize that unless you have people that hate you, you're not actually doing your job because you're not putting anything out there that people can respond to. You're too vanilla.
And you have to be okay with it. Not okay with it like you're okay with it, but it can't impact you.
Oh, I laugh now. Like it used to impact me.
Yeah, it used to
I now
stop
see
you.
it as a yes. You know, I just wrote this whole thing about Tom Brady being a cheater before the 4-game suspension came out. And then of course he's a freaking cheater. Like just use your common goddamn sense. I mean, let's look at these 7 factors. Of course he's a freaking cheater. And it's too bad that he didn't come out at the first press conference and instead of tap dancing around the issue saying, you know what? I've been deflating balls forever. So find me the $25,000 and take away the first 17 points in that championship games. We still would have beat them 28-7.
Right.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
That's what a winner does.
It takes balls.
It takes balls, and that's what you're going to have to do as an expert.
Let's help some people. Let's solve some people's problems.
Sure.
Talk to you for a second?
Can we talk to you for a second?
That's Mel, I'm Hank. How are you?
We were just curious, if you could change one thing about your life, what would you change?
I become a soccer player.
You become a soccer player?
Yeah.
Aren't you one already?
Yeah, it's my dream.
It's your dream to become a soccer player.
Yeah.
Are you good enough?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you?
I'm playing soccer since I'm a kid.
Yes. Are you on a team now?
I'm playing for the college.
Oh, you are? What college?
Yeah, ESA college.
Fantastic. Are you guys good?
Yes.
So you want to be a professional soccer
Yeah,
player?
this is my big dream.
So how are you going to do that?
I have just to work hard.
Yes.
Yeah, and then believe in my dream.
How's hard work and believing in your dream going? How's that working out for you?
What's the pathway for you? So you're going to play it in college,
Yeah.
right? You're going to play as hard as you can. You're going to train as hard as you can. But what's like the next thing that you've got to get to in order to make this happen? What would be the next thing that you need to make happen that would put you in the path to becoming pro? Like, what's next?
Yeah, the next is to play with the great club like Red Bull,
Yes.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
This is the next step.
Yes.
If you're playing for the college, you have more chance to be.
Do they have tryouts
Yeah,
for Red Bull?
to make the tryout for Red Bull or Galaxy.
Have you tried out for them?
Yeah, no yet.
You have not. You haven't tried out yet.
No, not yet.
Why not?
No, you know, I'm just in this country. I just come in America since 1 year like this.
Where are you from?
I'm from Burkina Faso, West Africa.
Yeah.
So I'm here just 1 year like this. So I just begin the college to make my English a little bit perfect. Before,
It's terrific.
yeah.
Nice job on the English.
So I'm talking in my country. We're talking French.
Yep.
French. So I'm suppose you don't know French, right?
Oui. Un peu.
I'm good.
Yes.
Okay, I will teach you.
So what I want to know is why aren't you, so while you're here, why not figure out when tryouts are for Red Bull and go do it?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for my coach. I'm waiting for maybe before December.
Yes.
Maybe I will try.
What do you mean maybe?
No, this is my coach will decide.
Oh, your coach has to recommend you?
Yeah.
Have you told them that's what you want?
Yeah, I told them.
So do you want some advice? Yes?
Yeah,
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't tell your coach that it's your dream. Make it your coach's job to make it happen. So go to your coach and say, before the year is up, I want to try out for Red Bull. What do I need to do to make sure that happens? And put him in a position where he's the one that's having to solve the problem for you. He's either going to give you advice, you got to increase your sprinting speed, you got to work on your left boot, you got to, like, whatever it may be, do you need to work on your sprinting speed? Yep. Am I right? There you go. He's going to tell you what you need to do, and then you're going to say, great, by October 1, if I do these things, promise me that you're going to get me the audition, okay? So very different than saying, oh, I have a dream, I want to play. No, you say, I want to make this happen. I need your advice. By October 1, tell me what to do. See the difference?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
What did you just take away from that advice?
I'm just to tell him that I wanna make this trial, and I'm ready to work hard for that.
Yes, and tell me what to do.
Yeah, and tell me what to do.
Yeah, but you also have to ask. So you're not asking, you're believing, and you're doing what you think you need to be doing, but you have not taken your coach and pushed your coach to do something for you. Make it his problem, because you're going to increase your sprinting speed, and you're going to work on your left kick, and you're going to work on this and that, and you're going to do it. And now he's going to have to do his end of the bargain.
So, what's your last advice now?
Yes, for what?
About my soccer.
I already told you.
Ask.
So lots of advice.
Ask.
Ask.
Make sure he gets you
No,
what
you tell
want.
you tell your coach what you want. What date? By when do you want to try out?
I already tell him.
You told him it was your dream. You didn't say, I want to make this happen. What? Tell me what I need to do. I will do it. And by October 1st, we want this to happen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very
Do you
different.
see the difference?
Yeah, it's different. It's very different. Yeah. This is true.
You're no longer waiting for him to decide. You've decided.
Right.
I have to tell him, and I have to know that
Yeah.
what's he thinking about
Yes.
all these things.
Yes. Yes. We'll make it happen.
You're gonna do it.
Okay, no problem.
Right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Funny, right?
Everyone's thinking about something. Everybody
Just-
wants something.
And it's just shifting. I mean, isn't that the same? I mean, you're doing that on air. You're shifting people's perspective, and you're shifting how people see what's going on in the world and
Yes.
in their own world.
Yes. Yes, it's funny because that was the concept for the radio show, which was take the news and turn it into a way to give advice. And the most powerful moments that I've had on air are absolutely when I do that. So like during the Hernandez verdict, the Aaron Hernandez murder case when he was convicted. And we were on air, off script, just reacting, translating what was going on.
We understand a verdict has been reached in the Aaron Hernandez murder trial.
Aaron Hernandez shot Odin Lloyd. Odin Lloyd's mom gave a statement, and the thing that I was so struck by is that she went in and talked all about her son and how much she misses him and all the things that she's not going to get to take advantage of. And she then said, and I pray to God that you will be forgiven for killing him. And I thought, holy shit. That woman is going to walk out of that courtroom complete. Like, she's not ever going to get her son back, but she's not going to walk out of that courtroom with the anger and the resentment. Like, she is such, that is such a powerful thing that just happened. So I talked about that.
Yep.
And that is the kind of conversation that makes a difference with how people look at their life versus, yeah, he's going to get life, or he's going to get this, or he's going to get the other thing.
You're bringing this whole perspective, and you're training not just from being a lawyer, but from being a coach and someone who cares.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's made me attractive to you as a personality and wanting to work with you from the very beginning. That to me, you're one of the very few people that is looking at information in a transformative way. You're trying to help.
Yeah, and guess what? One of the reasons why I have the perspective about what's important about being a contributor is because I produced my own show. I pulled my own clips. I had to get my own guests. Like, doing the work actually makes you understand the bigger picture and makes you better at helping other people at doing their jobs.
That's why I love having Shanna shoot this. She also has to edit it. So showing up as a shooter makes her understand now she can communicate better. Whether she shoots future shows or not, she knows how to talk to a camera operator saying, this is the shit I need in order to make the show better. Like, I want her to do this for her. But what helps is, it's what I think I'm handing people that work for me, is that I'm helping people understand the larger context of this, which is you should shoot, you should edit, you should produce, you should be responsible for everything. Then when you decide to look at this piece that's yours, I'll fucking do everything. Thank you, Melly.
Oh, you're welcome. I love you. Congratulations. Thank you for letting me be on your show.
Thanks for taking the time out today. I appreciate it.
Of course.